If you don't get this one thing right, your poultry farm will fail. I am not exaggerating. 60 to 70% of your cost as a poultry farmer goes to feed. And the biggest ingredient in this is maize. You're right. Welcome to Feathered Fortune. Greetings once again, and thank you for listening. Today, we shall explore about maize, and I'm going to show you exactly why maize matters and 6 different ways you can get maize in Uganda. Some cheap, some expensive, some smart, some I can say I learned the hard way. Stay until the end, and I will tell you which method I tried and what happened. And I also recommend to you what methods could work for you. So why maize? Maize is very important to chickens. 1, it is the major source of carbohydrate, and 2, it is available in our country. Let me break this down simply. In a typical layer feed formula, maize can take up to 50 to 80% of the feed, depending on the concentrate you're using. So on the market, there are different concentrates, 5, 10, 20%. And depending on the formula you're using, you may need 40 to 80% quantity as maize. So obviously the other ingredients like soya cake, fish meal, to mention but a few. These you can add depending on the concentrate that you're using on your farm. Obviously there will be videos on feed formulation. When I get there, test the concentrate and the feed formulation and see which works better. Then I can make a video about that. But for now, I'm talking about maize and why I'm stocking maize. So when maize prices go up, your entire operation suffers. When maize prices go down, you make profit. Simple as that. That's why Feathered Fortune, before even our birds arrive, we are stocking maize. We want to control our costs from day one. And here's the problem every Ugandan poultry farmer faces. Maize prices are very unpredictable in Uganda. It can be as low as 600 to 800 Ugandan shillings during the peak harvest time to as high as 2000 UGX. Yes, that's over 1000 UGX difference. And you can imagine what you can do with that. If you're buying maize on a small quantity, maybe from Kalere markets, you are gambling with your profit margin. So what are your options? Let me show you ways farmers in Uganda procure maize for their farm. So I usually like to make decisions basing on some formula. So there is this table I came up with where there is a column of method, cost, and effort. So I was comparing methods against cost and effort. And for the beginning, where I have limited resources, I intended to get a method where I would have to put in a little bit more effort, but then a method that is cost saving. So I'll quickly go through the different options I had at hand. The first was to buy from markets. This I think is viable for small farmers. You go to the different markets, Kalere, Nakasero, and you buy some bags when you need the feed. I was at Kalere market recently, and surprisingly, a kilo of maize feed is at 2000 shillings. Whereas out there, in the different stores, it is still at 1200 shillings. To me, this is a bit convenient, but it's the most expensive option. You are paying for everyone's profit margin before you. Then the second option is buying from maize dealers or stores. Usually the prices here are almost the same. They connect with the farmers, buy from the farmers and take to the stores or bring to your farm. Usually it is a bit costly because they have already done the initial work for you, but not as expensive as buying from the markets. But it's also still expensive. They have done some work, so they have to get also some profit off the work. And the third option is buying directly from the farmers. you would have to move to the farmers, house to house, and buy. Usually, the farmers don't have the maize in bulk. Most will have a few kilograms. When you meet very many farmers, then you can accumulate to the quantity of maize you need. So you can go yourself on ground and buy from farmers. It could be affordable. Currently, around Feb, it's between 1,000 and 1,300 shillings. The issue is it is a bit labor intensive. This method can save you some money as compared to the previous methods, but you need time. If you want 5 tons, you are visiting 50 different homes, collecting 50 kgs or 100 kgs at a time. It's a good saving, but very time consuming. So it works well if you have someone dedicated to this. The fourth method is contract farming. Contract farming is you could enter an agreement with the farmers before they even do the plowing. So you pay them upfront, you preset the price, and these farmers have to sell you the maize after harvesting. This is smart if you can find trustworthy farmers. You lock in the price, maybe 700 to 900 shillings per kilo, 3 months in advance. The risk, they might fail, crop might fail, but then they pay you back at some time later after the back and forth or even the following season. So it's great for planning ahead, but requires trust and connections for you to be successful at this. Now, the fifth method is buying standing gardens. This is where you find a farmer with a maize garden that's almost ready to harvest time. Actually, the cobs are there, almost mature, and you buy the whole garden. Then you harvest it yourself. So in theory, this should be cheaper. You are cutting out the middleman completely. And this is exactly what I did. I bought 2 gardens, and I'm going to show you exactly what happened. The real numbers, the real lessons. For you to do this, you must be able to tell by just looking at the maize and quantify the approximate harvest or tons or kgs of maize you might get from a garden, which obviously comes with experience that I did not have at the time. So the other method is growing your own maize. The next season or in the coming few seasons, we shall do the planting ourselves and come here and tell you what the result will be. We have already inquired from some of these farmers and how much they use per garden. So this is our plan for the coming few seasons when we settle in, rent out land nearby, plant our own maize, control the entire process. We will document everything and show you if it's worth it. The verdict here would say it's potentially the cheapest, but it requires land, time, and farming knowledge. Plus also the risk. It's very unpredictable. You could lose the entire garden. In summary, this is what I use to choose how I will procure my maize. So consider this table. That is markets, dealers or stores, direct from farmers, contract farming, buying gardens, and then growing your own. So I realized that I have to include a column of cost and effort. You have to compare both. Markets, highest cost, low effort. Dealers, high cost, low effort. Then from farmers or direct from farmers, medium cost, high effort. Contract farming, low cost, medium effort. Buying gardens was low cost and high effort. Then growing your own maize, lowest cost, highest effort. Now, this is the table that I came up with, but we shall find out one by one if it's actually correct. So I tried method 5, that is buying gardens. In detail, I bought 2 gardens. I spent, let me say, quite an amount. I did real work, that's harvesting, drying, and so forth. And in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what happened. The land, that is the land size, the crop, how the crop looked like before harvest, the harvesting periods, and then the numbers. Did I save money or did I waste my time? Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on this. That video drops in a few days. This is Feathered Fortune, zero experience, real numbers, building freedom. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.